Let's talk about some of the easy residence permits that you can get in Asia. Hey everyone, it's Irena here from Nomad Capitalist. I've been a part of the Nomad Capitalist team for 3.5 years now, and we've been helping our clients to go where they're treated best. Let us do the same for you, and in order to get all the news and to maybe figure out on how we can help you, make sure to subscribe to our main channel. We've been talking about residency permits a lot, and residence permits is one of the ways on how you can eventually get citizenship. So there are multiple ways on how you can get residency in some country. You can get it through family reunification, you can get it through marriage, you can get it through or investment, you can get it through proof of funds, and so on. Essentially, residence permit is basically a legal right for you to spend time in a certain country. You have different rights depending on what type of residency permit you get. So there are different laws and regulations, obviously, for you if you have a temporary residence and permanent residency, and obviously as well, some of the ways on how to maintain it. Now, today we will talk about Asia. I'm not sure why, but Asia was not that popular earlier. Currently, Asia is very popular, especially the Southeast Asia. I myself was, after we had our annual conference last year in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, it was my first time in Southeast Asia, and I have to say this is one of the most beautiful places I've been on this earth. Following Malaysia, we went to Indonesia as well, and that is where I fell in love. So this is my advice to you, to go there, check it out, and I promise you that the moment you step your foot there, you will want to get your residence permit there and to move there forever. So let's discuss some programs where you can do that. One of the other ways of why Asia has become super popular is cost of living. I cannot tell you how cheap actually Southeast Asia is. Of course, with the prices going up around the whole world, of course that affected Asia as well. But it's still, you can still not compare those prices. Apartments are almost not a half, even less than half cheaper than, for example, in Europe or anything like that. And prices of food and everything else, of course, cheaper. Of course, there are some of the things that are a bit more expensive, like nightlife and similar, because that is strictly tourist oriented, but still it's still cheap. Quality of life is also very good. They have very good healthcare system, especially Malaysia, for example. And you can check out the video on our main channel on the Prince Court Hospital that we visited on our visit to Malaysia. Again, I do think that you should definitely check out regularly Southeast Asia. So let's see what are some of the options regularly in Asia. Number one has a bit of a different lifestyle and does not fall into this category that I just talked about, and that is UAE. UAE has a bit more of a brand, let's say. So UAE represents like a brand, Dubai mostly, that draws a lot of expats because of the luxurious lifestyle that it has. It wasn't that expensive, however, starting this year, the prices have gone up and up and up, and it's become very expensive to live there. Either way, UAE has a very good taxation system. Even though with a new change on the corporate tax, it's still beneficial. Even though the prices are now high, it's still, I would say that it's still cheaper than, for example, in the US. Not a lot cheaper, but still cheaper. So how you can get residency in UAE? There are multiple ways on how you can get one. Number one is to incorporate a company and get your residence permit that way. This is a bit risky because of the new corporate tax thing. So if you're 100% sure that you won't fall into the category to pay tax, then this is an option. If you're unsure, better not to risk it. Obviously, feel free to get in touch with us. We'll be able to help you to evaluate whether this would be a good option for you, or maybe we can look at some of the alternatives. UAE also offers a golden visa program, so that can be another option. You can purchase real estate in the UAE worth of $550,000, and you can get qualified for the golden visa in the UAE. Unfortunately, UAE does not allow citizenships down this road, so citizenship won't be an option. However, residency, you can maintain that residency for as long as you want. Now, traveling from Middle East to Southeast Asia to Thailand. Thailand had a very good option previously, which was a Thai elite visa. It was not a residency per se, but it was very easy to apply and very cheap. And you can spend as much time as you wanted in Thailand for this. Now, Thai elite visa has been cancelled. We hope that they will get it back. However, Thailand still has one very good option, which is the Thai investor visa. It's a bit more expensive, but you get some of the rights that you didn't have with the Thai elite visa. Obviously, the difference between these was that with the Thai elite visa is actually like a tourist visa that allows you to stay longer. So, you didn't have rights to enroll your kids to school, to work in Thailand, and so on. With Thai investor visa, you have some of those rights. How you can get one? You can invest $300,000 into either bonds, real estate, or put a deposit in the bank, or combination of all these. So you can purchase real estate worth of $100,000, and then you can invest in bonds $100,000, and then you can deposit $100,000, and make a combination of a minimum would be $300,000. When it comes to citizenship, it's possible after 5 years. However, you would have to live there. Thailand has a good territorial-based taxation system, and even with the new change that is coming right up in 2024, it's still the tax beneficial system. Let's move on to Philippines. Philippines has a very good program, which is SRRV, and it's very easy to apply. It's similar to Thai elite visa when it comes to the programs and when it comes to categories, actually. So there are different categories for which you need to check if you would be able to, under which category actually you fall into, because the donation depends on the category for which you're applying for. So essentially, the donation is not very high. The maximum can be around $20,000, which is really nothing. And there are obviously some side fees that you would need to pay. The documentation is, again, really nothing. So this is a good option if you are interested in living in Philippines. So citizenship is possible after 10 years in Philippines. However, you would have to actually live there in order to get one. Philippines passport is not the best one out there, but you would, get it essentially for free because it would be through naturalization. Moving on to the next country, and that is my favorite, Indonesia. Indonesia has a good option, and they've been talking about, and there is obviously, digital nomad visa and some other things that everybody is talking about. However, Indonesia has currently one of the easiest visas out there, and that is KITA's visa. For this visa, you have a list of qualifying countries. So only if you're coming from those countries, you can actually apply for those. However, most of the, really bigger countries like the US, Canada, UK, Australia, and New Zealand, most of the EU countries, and so on, fit into these categories. This visa option is available for those that are only 60 years older or older than that. You have to have no plans on working while in Indonesia. You can provide a proof of valid medical insurance. And for this as well, you have to hire locals. So that can be either a gardener or maid or anything like that. There are some other criteria as well, such as clean police report and so on. However, I'm counting that you're one of those that have clean police report. I'm not mentioning it. So the first step, obviously, is to obtain a visa that is called B211A visa. And that is basically an entry permit to Indonesia. So when you enter, you have a couple of days to complete everything and to submit your application. When you submit your application and when approved, you would get a temporary residence visa, which is the KITA's visa per se. With this option, you have a possibility to become a citizen. However, in order to be a citizen, you can either get it by after 5 years by living there, so consecutive 5 years, or after 10 non-consecutive years. However, keep in mind that Indonesia does not allow dual citizenship, so you'd have to renounce your previous one. And the Indonesian passport is not the best one out there. It is very weak, actually. So, Indonesia may be the good place to have a residency permit at because it's wonderful. And the final country that we'll mention is not that popular for, I don't know, honestly told for which reason. However, that country is Bahrain. In Bahrain, you have two possibilities for residence permit. Number one is by real estate purchase, but you would need to purchase real estate in the Kingdom of Bahrain for worth of approximately $530,000. Or you have a retiree option, which you have to prove that you receive stable monthly income from retirement worth of approximately $10,600. So both of these visas require you to spend at least 90 days per year in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And obviously both of these options allows you to add eligible dependents to your application. The process is very simple and straightforward. They do not ask for a lot of documents. And basically the most complicated thing out here is to make the investment. And obviously, if you're looking at real estate investment, to find the suitable real estate for you. So this option can eventually lead you to citizenship as well. However, unfortunately, the Kingdom of Bahrain does not allow dual citizenship, but there is an option to write a special petition to the king where you would list your second citizenship and, ask, request for you to keep your other one as well. Again, it's based case-on-case basis, of course, but you're not losing anything. You can try. The naturalization, however, it takes a lot. If you are a non-Arabic person, the naturalization process lasts 25 years, which is a lot. If you are either way like Bahrain, and if you're either way spending time there, yeah, sure, why not? However, if citizenship is your main goal to get second citizenship while having residence permit in Asia, this may not be the best one out there. In addition to this, you need to learn Arabic language, which, if you ask me, is not easy. Now, apart from this, there are some other options in Asia as well that are a bit more expensive and a bit more difficult to get citizenship. And some of those are, for example, South Korea, Hong Kong, Macau, and so on. Taiwan as well, and similar. So there are some other options as well. You can check our website because there are a lot of articles out there about regularly residency programs, not just in Asia, but worldwide. And yes, thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can get the latest news about the offshore world. And as well, you can go to our website to check out our other articles.